Assalamu alaikum. When you look at the board, you will see these three sentences. The first one says, Ja'a talibu, the student came. The second one says, Darabtu taliba, I beat the student. And the last one says, Marartu bit talibi, I passed by the student. All of these sentences has the word at-talib. In the first sentence, at-talibu is coming with dhamma. This is because it is in the nominative case. In the raf'u case, in the second sentence, it is coming with fatha because it is maf'ulun bihi in the object of the sentence. And in the last one, it is carrying kisra because the student here is coming after a preposition, which is be. Now, when you look at the second sentence, the word at-talib is carrying fatha, and this is because it is in the accusative case. Let's represent the word at-talib with at-tullab, which is the plural form of at-talib. That means I will say darabtu tullaba, I beat the male students. It will still be carrying fatha. What if I have female students? I will say darabtu talibati, I beat the female students. Why is at-talibati carrying kisra? This is because of the pattern of plural which is taken. In Arabic language, we have three major forms of the pronouns. The first form is the ajam'ul mudhakkar as-salim, the masculine, the sound masculine plurals. And we have al-jam'ul muannas as-salim, the sound feminine pronouns, and we have jam'ul taksir, which is the broken plurals. Example of the first form of plural is the word muslimun. When you have a Muslim, it means a Muslim. The plural form of this will be muslimuna. This is said to be sound because the word is not broken into pieces. So muslimun remains, we only add wa and nun to it, muslimuna. For the second form, we have the word muslimatun, a female Muslim. For the plural form of this, you have muslimatun. This is not also broken because only alif is being attached to the word, so it becomes muslimatun. An example for the third form of these plurals, which is jam'u taksir, the broken plurals, let's look at the word rajulun. To form the plural to be rijalun, you can see that this pronoun is already broken because the word rajulun has been broken. The jim is being separated from the lam now. But when you look at the word madrasatun also, you see that it becomes madarisu. Where is the ta'ul marbut that was there? And this plural has also been broken. Now we are looking at the second type of this plural, which is ajam'ul muannas as-salim, the sound feminine plurals. The word at-talibat, as we used earlier, it is an example of a sound plural for females. So, for sound plural for females, the accusative case, when they are coming as the object of the sentence, the sign which is supposed to be fatha will not be fatha, rather it will be kisra. So when I say darabtu talibat, it will be darabtu talibati, not darabtu talibata. When I also say Ja'at talibatu, the students came, it will be carrying dhamma because here it is coming as the subject of the sentence. But when I say darabtul muslimat, I beat the Muslim females to be muslimati, carrying kisra. This will also be the same case when these nouns are coming after a preposition. Like when I say salamtu alal muslimati, it will still be carrying kisra. Some really sound feminine plurals will be carrying kisra when they are coming in the accusative case where they are supposed to be carrying fatha, and this we shall continue to learn more about it in this lesson, inshallah. Another thing we shall be learning in this lesson of ours is the fi'lu ta'ajjub, which is the verb of astonishment, the verb of wonder. We want to say, like in English language, we can say how beautiful it is. In the Arabic, the pattern for this is ma af'ala. So if we want to say how beautiful it is, I will simply say ma af'ala, how beautiful it is. If I want to say how tall he is, I will say ma atwala, how tall he is. If I want to say how big this house is, I will say ma akbar hadha al-bayt, how beautiful, how big this house is. If I want to say how beautiful this lady is, I will say ma ajmala hadhihi al-mar'a, how beautiful this woman is. So the word ma ajmala, this is how we use it for fi'lu ta'ajjub, for verb of wonder. Another thing we learn in this lesson is that the word ya, which is the vocative particle for calling somebody. Recall that we say when we say ya Muhammadu, it will be carrying dhamma. Muhammad will be carrying dhamma. Ya Muhammadu, oh Muhammad. But when we have a word coming as mudaf, possessor, like when we have Abdullahi, Abdul there is coming as the possessor of this. Abdullahi. Here, Abdul will now be carrying Doma again because it is coming as mudafun. Therefore, it will be carrying fatha. You will not say Ya Abdullahi, you say what? Ya Abdallahi. When we want to say Ya Amin, when we say Aminullahi, the trustee of Allah, to be Ya Aminallahi. When we want to say Rasulullahi, the messenger of Allah, to be Ya Rasulallahi. MashaAllah. Another thing we will be learning here is the plural form of Alladhi and Allati. Alladhi and Allati, they are relative pronouns which we use to mean who or which. But the plural form of Alladhi is Alladhina, and the plural form of Allati, which is for the feminine, to be Allati. MashaAllah. Now we can move on to the lesson proper, and we are still using our book دروس اللغة العربية لغيرنا تكين بها. And now we are now in lesson 8 of this book. Moving to now we are in lesson 9 of this book, which is Ad-Darus At-Tasi'. We have a little passage to read. The passage goes like this. دخل المدرس الفصل. The teacher entered the class ووجد فيه 15 طالبا فقط, and he found in it just 15 students. فقال لهم, then he told them, أين الطلاب الجدد الخمسة? Where are the 5 new students الذين جاءوا أمس, who came yesterday? قال Abdullah said, حضروا اليوم وخرجوا قبل قليل. They came today and they went out a while ago. أظن أنهم ذهبوا إلى المدير. I think they went to the principal. رجع الطلاب الخمسة بعد قليل. The 15 students, the 5 students came back after a while. فقال لهم المدرس, then the teacher told them, إلى المدير ذهبتم يا أبنائي? Did you go to the principal, oh my sons? قالوا, they said, نعم, exactly, ذهبنا إليه, we went to him, لأننا, because we ما وجدنا أسماءنا في القائمة, we did not find our names in the list. جلس المدرس وقال, the teacher sat and said, أقرأتم درس الأمس يا أبنائي? Do you read the previous lesson, oh my children? قال الطلاب, the student said, نعم, yes. قرأناه, we read it. وكتبناه, we wrote it. وحفظناه, and we memorized it. قال المدرس, the teacher said, أفهمتموه? Do you understand it? قالوا, they said, نعم, yes. فهمناه جيدا, we understood it very well. ما أسهل هذا الدرس? How easy is this lesson? So now if you want to say how easy is something, you simply say ما أسهل. How easy? ما أسهل هذا الدرس? How easy is this lesson? قال عبد الرحمن said, أنا ما فهمت فيه 3 كلمات. In that lesson I did not understand 3 words. قال المدرس, the teacher said, ما هي? What are they? قال عبد الرحمن said, قرأنا في الدرس هذه الجملة. We read this lesson in this we read this sentence in this lesson. The sentence is, عاد جدي من الخرطوم. My grandfather returned from خرطوم. فما معنى هذه الكلمات الثلاث? What are the meanings of these 3 words? قال المدرس, the teacher said, عاد معناها رجع. The word عاد means رجع, which means he returned. والجد and الجد, the word الجد معناها means أبو الأبي أو أم الأمي. It means أبو الأمي. It means the father of the father or the father of mother. والخرطوم, and the word خرطوم عاصمة Sudan. The word خرطوم is the capital of Sudan. أفهمت? Do you understand? قال عبد الرحمن said, الآن فهمت, now I understood. ثم فتح المدرس كتابه. Then the teacher opened his book. وقرأ درسا جديدا, and he read a new lesson. The lesson says, خلق الله الشمس. Allah created the sun. والقمر, the moon. والنجوم, the stars. والأرض, the earth. والبحار, and the seas. وخلق كل شيء, and he created everything. وخلق الإنسان, and he created mankind. من طين, from tin. What's tin? Dust. From dust. MashaAllah. ثم قام, then he stood up. وكتب هذا الدرس على السبورة, and he wrote this lesson on the board. رفع محمد يده وقال, Muhammad rose his hand and said, Ma ma'ana tin, what is the meaning of atin? Ya Ustaz, the teacher. Qala al-mudarris, the teacher said, Atinu ma'anahu, the tin means at-turabu, dust, al-mukhtalitu bil ma, which is mixed with water. Dust mixed with what? With water. ورفع فيصل يده, and Faisal also raised his hand. فقال له المدرس, and the teacher said to him, أعندك سؤال يا فيصل, do you have a question, O Faisal? قال فيصل, and Faisal said, نعم, yes, عندي سؤال, I have a lesson. البحار جمع البحار, is al-biharu the plural form of al-bahru? Look at the word al-biharu. When you have a word that has alif and lam, and you want to use the interrogative particle a, normally we say ahadha baytun, is this a house? Hadha there does not have alif and lam. If it is a word that already has alif and lam, it should be what? That a there, you make it just one hamza with this sign above it. It becomes like Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, Allahu adhina lakum. Is it Allah who has permitted you? Allahu. The there is with the interrogative particle because Allah already has the alif and lam. So he says, al-biharu jam'ul bahr, is al-biharu the plural form of bahru? Qala al-mudarris, teacher said, na'am, huwa kadhalik, it is like that. Qama al-Hasan wa qal, al-Hasan stood up and said, ma jam'u samai, what is the plural form of as-sama? And ya ustad, the teacher, qala al-mudarris, teacher said, jam'uha, the plural form of sama means as-samawat, skies.
So there's only trying to say.
ثم سأل المدرس, then the teacher asked الطلاب عدة, سأل المدرس الطلاب عدة أسئلة. The teacher questioned the students with some questions. Al-Mudarris said, Man khalaqaka ya Ibrahim, who created you, O Ibrahim? Ibrahim said, Khalaqani Allah, Allah created me. Look at the first word, khalaqaka, created you, he created you. What if I want to say he created me? I will say khalaqani. The pronoun, the attack pronoun for I, for me, is the ya. Ya there. But why is the nun attacked? The nun here is called nunul wiqaya. Khalaqani, nun of protection. The reason is that when I say khalaqa and I want to put the ya, the rule says that when this ya is coming, the previous letter should have alif, kisra, which should have been khalaqi. It doesn't make any sense. So that's why the nun is put there so you understand. And it becomes khalaqani, he created me. Then Al-Mudarris said, Man khalaqakum ya abnai, who created you all, O my sons? They said, Khalaqana Allah, Allah created us. Al-Mudarris said, Man khalaqani ya Abbas, who created me, O Abbas? Abbas said, Khalaqaka Allah. Al-Mudarris said, Man khalaqa samawat, Man khalaqa shamsa ya Abdullah, who created the sun, O Abdullah? Abdullah responded, said, Khalaqaha Allah, Allah created it. Then Al-Mudarrisu, وَمَنْ خَلَقَ الْقَمَرَ يَا عَبْدَ الرَّحْمَنِ, and who created the qamar, the moon, O Abrahman? Abrahman said, خَلَقَ Allah, Allah created it. Al-Mudarrisu said, وَمَنْ خَلَقَ النُّجُومَ يَا أَحْمَدُ, who created the skies, O Ahmad? Ahmad said, خَلَقَهَا Allah, Allah created it. Yaqub said, Ya Ustadhu, O teacher, عندي سؤال ليست له علاقة بالدرس. I have a question which has no connection with this lesson. Al-Mudarris said, Mahu, what is it? Yaqub said, قرأت في كتابي, I read in a book, أن النجوم, that the stars, أبعد من الشمس, are farther than the sun. Aswahihun hadha, is this correct? Al-Mudarris said, Naam, hadha sahihun, this is correct. Mimma khalaqallahu al-insana ya Usman, from what has Allah created man, O Usman? Look at the word mimma. Mimma, the word ma, which is an interrogative particle, ma, the interrogative form of ma, which means what? Ma, it usually have alif mad, which is ma hada. What is this? When this interrogative particle is preceded by a preposition like min, the alif drops. So when you want to say from what, it becomes mimma, not mimma again. The ma means what? What. But when you have min before it, which is from, the alif there will be dropped. It becomes mimma. Mimma. From what? Just like an, which is about. When you have ma coming after it, it becomes Amma. And that's what Allah says in Surah An-Naba, that amma yatasalun. So an, about, ma, what, about what. So it becomes amma, about what are they questioning one another. So amma. When you have fi also, fimma, which is about what, fima. About what, fima, mashallah. Now we have khalaqallahu al-insana min tin. Allah created man from tin. Then Al-Mudarris said, Ahsanta ya Uthman, you did well, O Uthman. وَمِمَّا خَلَقَ اللَّهُ الْجَانَّ يَا أَبَا بَكْرٍ. From what has Allah created jinns? Abu Bakr said, خَلَقَ اللَّهُ الْجَانَّ مِن نَارٍ. Allah created the jinns from fire. Al-Mudarris said, كيف عرفت ذلك يا أبا بكر? How do you know that, O Abu Bakr? Abu Bakr said, عرفت ذلك من القرآن الكريم. I knew that from the Quran. فَجَاءَ سُورَةُ الْأَعْرَافِ أَنَّ إِبْلِيسَ قَالَ لِلَّهِ. It came in Surah Al-A'raf that Iblis, the shaitan, the devil, said to Allah. He said what? أَنَا خَيْرٌ مِّنْ, I'm better than him. خَلَقَتَنِي مِنْ طِينٍ. You created me from tin, from a mixture of, from, what is it called? Dust, which is mixed with water. وَخَلَقْتَهُ مِنْ طِينٍ. خَلَقْتَنِي مِنْ نَارٍ. You created me from fire. وَخَلَقْتَهُ مِنْ طِينٍ. And you created him from a dust mixed with water. Al-Mudarris said, أحسنت يا أبا بكر, you did well, O Abu Bakr. كم سماء خلق الله يا عبد الله. How many skies does Allah created? Abdullah said, خلق الله سبع سماوات. Allah created 7 skies. Al-Mudarris said, وَفِي كَمْ يَوْمٍ خَلَقَ اللَّهُ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضَ يَا عبد الرحمن. In how many days did Allah created the earth and the skies and the earth? Then he said, Abu Man said, خَلَقَ اللَّهُ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضَ فِي سِتَّةِ أَيَّامٍ. Allah created them in 6 days. Al-Mudarris said, هذا صحيح, this is correct. قال الله تعالى في كثير من الآيات. Allah says in a lot of verses, إنه خلق سبع سماوات. He created 7 skies. فقال في سورة الطلاق. In Surah Al-Talaq, Allah says, did Allah الذي خلق سبع سماوات. Allah who created 7 skies. وكذلك قال في كثير من الآيات. And as such he said in a lot of verses, إنه خلق السماوات والأرض في ستة أيام. That he created the skies and the earth in 6 days. فقال في سورة الحديد, he said in Surah Al-Hadid, والذي خلق السماوات والأرض في ستة أيام. He is the one who created the skies and the earth in 6 days. في هذه اللحظة, it is at this point, رن الجرس, that the bell rang. وخرج المدرس, and the teacher went out من الفصل, from the class. This is so nice. This passage is so much so enjoyable. Now can we answer the questions coming forth? Of course, join me in answering these questions. The first one says, Ajib anil as'ilatil atiya. Answer the following questions. The first question says, Kam taliban wajada al-mudarrisu fil fasli. How many students does the teacher found in the class? You say, Wajada al-mudarrisu fil fasli khamsata ashara taliban. The teacher found 15 students in the class. Number 2, we have Lima dhahabat tullabul jududu ila al-mudir. Why did the new students went to the principal? We say dhahabu li'annahum ma wajadu asma'ahum fil qaima. They went to the principal because they could not find their names in the list. Next we say man khalaqana, who created us? We say khalaqana Allah, Allah created us. Man khalaqal qamara, who created the moon? Khalaqahu Allah. Man khalaqa ash-shams, who created the sun? Khalaqaha Allah. Man khalaqa an-nujum, who created the stars? Khalaqaha Allah. Allah created them. Mimma khalaqa Allahu al-janna. From what did Allah create the jinns? You say khalaqahum min narin. Allah created them from fire. Kam sama'un khalaqa Allah. How many skies does Allah created? Khalaqa Allahu sab'a samawatin. Allah created how many? 7 skies. Number 10, we have fi kam yawmin khalaqa Allahu samawati wal arda. In how many days did Allah created the skies and the earth? We say khalaqahunna Allahu fi sittati ayyam. Allah created them in 6 days. Exercise number 2, we have the sentence or the verse of the Quran, ana khayrun minhu khalaqtani min narin wa khalaqtahu min tin. I am better than him. You created me from fire and you created him from dust. So the question says, Man qala hada. Who said this? The answer is qala shaitan. Shaitan said it. Or qalahu shaitan. Shaitan said it. Number 2 said, Waliman, to who? Qalahu lillah. He said it to Allah. Number 3, min ayyi suratin hadhihi al-aya. From which surah is this verse? You can simply say that hadhihi surah في هذه الآية في سورة الأعراف وفي سورة الصاد. This verse is in Surah Al-A'raf and also in Surah Al-Sad. MashaAllah. Now exercise number 3 says ضع هذه العلامة. Place this sign أمام الجمل الصحيحة in front of the correct sentences وهذه, and this sign أمام الجمل الغير الصحيحة in the wrong sentence. The first sentence is الطلاب الجدد خمسة عشر. The new students are 15. It is wrong. Number 2, we have Abdurrahman ma fahima ma'na thalath kalimat. Abdurrahman did not understand the meaning of 3 words. We say Naam, Sahih. Number 3, we have Sa'ala Faisalun Mudarris ma jam'u sama. Faisal asked the teacher what is the plural form of from as-sama. So is that correct? Faisalun, the Faisal said that. MashaAllah, that is correct. Faisalun said that. Okay, this is wrong because Hassan was the one who made that statement. Number 4, we have Katab al-Mudarris al-Dars al-Sabura. The teacher wrote the lesson on the board. MashaAllah, he did. Number 4, we have Ma'man al-Kalimatul Jadida. What is the meaning of these new words? The first one is atin. What is atin? Atinu is at-turabul mukhtalitu bil-ma. A dust mixed with water. Number 2, we have Ada. Ada bimana raja. Al-Jaddu means Abul Abu wa Abul the father of father and the father of mother. Exercise number 5, we have Iqra il-Mithal. Read the example. Thumma akmil ma yali ala girari. Then complete the following on the opposite side. Asimatu Sudan al-Khartoum. The capital of Sudan is al-Khartoum. Here we have Asimatul Iraq. The capital of Iraq is Baghdad. Number 2, we have Asimatul Mamlakat al-Arabiyyah al-Saudiyyah. The capital of the Kingdom of Saud is called Riyadh. Asimatul Yaman, the capital of Yemen is Sana'a. Wa Asimatul Misra, the capital of Misra is Qahira. MashaAllah. Moving to exercise number 6, the instruction says Iqra il-Amthila. Read the example. ثم اكتب الجمل الآتية مستعملا فعل التعجب. Then rewrite the following sentences using using the verb of wonder. هذا الرجل طويل. Example, this man is tall. We say ما أطول هذا الرجل. How tall is this man? Number 2, we have هذا البيت كبير. This house is big. ما أكبر هذا البيت. How big is this house? هذه السيارة جميلة. This car is beautiful. We say ما أجمل هذه السيارة. How beautiful this car is. Number 1, we have هذا الماء بارد. We say ما أبرد هذا الماء. النجوم الجميلة. We say ما أجمل النجوم. We say هذا القلم رخيص. We say ما أرخص هذا القلم. اللغة العربية سهلة. ما أسهل اللغة العربية. النجوم كثيرة. ما أكثر النجوم. اللبن حسن. ما أحسن اللبن. هذه السيارة سريعة. ما أسرع السيارة. القمر جميل. ما أجمل القمر. هذا القميص وسخ. ما أوسخ القميص. هذا الفصل نظيف. ما أنظف هذا الفصل. Number 7, we have تأمل الأمثلة ثم اقرأ الكلمات الآتية واكتبها مع ضبط أواخرها. Study the following, then read the words and rewrite them by recording their endings. We have Muhammadun ya Muhammadu. Hamidun ya Hamidu. Ustadhun ya Ustadhu. Then we have Ukhtu Hamidin. Hamid's sister ya Ukhta Hamidin. Abdullahi ya Abdullah. Allah says in the Quran ya Ukhta Haruna. Oh, the sister of Harun, not ya Ukhtu Harun. Ya Aliyun, we have Ya Aliyu. Ya Abbasun, Ya Abbasu. Ya Rajulun, Ya Rajulu. Ya Bintu, Ya Shaykhu. Ya Maryamu, Ya Abdullahi. Ya Bintu, Ya Binta Khalidin. We have Ya Sa'iq al-Sayyara, or you driver. Ya Sa'din. Ya Abdurrahman. Ya Rabb al-Kaaba. Ya Imam al-Masjidi. Ya Ibn Abbasin. Ya Aba Bakr. MashaAllah. Now we have Ta'ammal al-Amthila. Study the following example. ثم أين فيما يلي جمع المؤنث الثالث واضبط آخره. Then recognize, indicate, identify the sound feminine plural here. واضبط آخره and record the ending. We have رأيت سيارة. We have رأيت سيارة, رأيت سيارات. سيارات in here is a sound feminine plural. Number 5, we have سألت المديرة. Sa'alatil mudiratu taliba. The principal asked this female student to be Sa'alatil mudiratu talibat. At-talibat is a sound feminine pronoun plural which we carry kisra. Qara'tul majalla. I read the magazine. Qara'tul majallati. I read the magazines. So al-majallati carry in kisra. We have khalaqallahu shamsa wal qamara. Allah created the sun, the moon, and also one nujuma and the stars, wal bihara, and also the seas, wal arda, and also the earth, was samawati, and also the skies. Now we have Sa'al al-Abu al-Abna wal-Banat. Al-Banat is the word here. كتبت هذه الكلمات. الكلمات is جمع سالم المؤنث. رأيت الأطباء والطبيبات. الطبيبات is this جمع سالم, is the sound feminine plural. Then غسل الولد السيارة. Then we have غسل الولد السيارات. أخذت الريالات يا بني. سأل بلال زملاءه. سأل زينب زميلتها. قرأت الكتب والصحف والمجلات. المجلات is the sound feminine plural. Then رأيت إخوة حامد وأخواته. Then قرأنا هذه الصفحات. صفحات is the sound feminine plural. Then moving to the next exercise, he said تأمل المثال ثم أدخل حمزة الاستفهام على الجمل الآتية. Study the following examples, then introduce the interrogative hamza into the sentences. Al-biharu jam'ul bahr. Al-biharu is the plural form of bahru. If you want to ask a question, you say al-biharu, as we have said earlier, to be al-biharu. The same goes for all of them, to be al-ana kharaita, al-ana kharaita. Al-yawma raja'a abuka min Dimashq. al-yawma. المدرس مريض المدرس. المدير قال هكذا المدير قال هكذا. الطالب الجديد to be الطالب. هذا الطالب ضربك. We see هذا الطالب ضربك. تأمل المثال ثم أجب عن الأسئلة الآتية. Study the following example, then answer the following questions. The first one is من خلقك, to be خلقني الله. من ضربك ضربني الأستاذ. من سألك هذا السؤال سألني الأستاذ. Then it will be أرآك المدرس في المسجد. It will be رآني المدرس في المسجد. ما شاء الله. تأمل الكلمات الآتية. Study the following words. معناه means meaning. معناه means its meaning. معناها its meaning for the feminine word. تأمل الكلمات الآتية. Study the following words. min plus ma gives mimma. From what? So مما خلق الله الإنسان خلقه من طين. بما is with what? Bima qatalta al-hayya. With what did you kill the snake? Lima, for what? Lima kharajta min al-fasl. Why did you go out of the class? Amma, about what? Amma bahatta fil madrasa. What did you search for in the class? Amma sa'alta al-mudarrisa. What did you ask the teacher? So number 13 we have ta'ammal al-mithal. Study the example. ثم اكتب الجمل الآتية بعد تحويل الكلمات الآتية التي تحتها خط إلى جمع. Study the following examples, then write the words, the sentences which have, after changing the words that already have line under them, to plurals. We have man al-fata alladhi kharaja min al-fasl. Who is this boy who went out of the class? To be man al-fityatu allazina kharaju min al-fasl. We have number 1, man al-rajulu alladhi dakhala baytakum al-an. To be man al-rijalu allazina dakhalu baytakum al-an. Ayna at-talibu alladhi jaa amsi. We say ayna at-tullabu allazina jaa'u ams. ضربت الولد الذي ضربني. It will be ضربت الأولاد الذين ضربوني. ما شاء الله. تأمل المثال الآتية. Study the following examples ثم اكتب الجمل الآتية. Then rewrite the following sentences بعد تحويل الكلمة, after changing the words التي تحت خط الجموع, which have under them lines into their plurals. We have الطالبة التي دخلت الفصل الآن من الهند. The female student who went out of the class now is from India. To be at-talibatul lati, the female students who went out from the class are from India. We have al-fatatul lati indahu al-mudira, inda al-mudira, ukhtu Maryam, the girl who is with the teacher, with the principal, is the sister of Maryam. To be al-fatayatul lati. At-tabibatul lati fi Dimashq, to be al-tabibatul lati. Al-mar'atul lati dakhalat al-baytana, to be al-nisa'ul lati. MashaAllah. We have al-asma'ul masula, relative pronouns. We have for alladhi, which man al-fata, which is for the singular. We have alladhina for the plural masculine. We have allati, which is for the singular feminine. Allati for the singular, for the plural feminine. Now, last exercise, we have kawin jumal al mustamil al kalimat al atiya. Make sentences using the following words. The first word is rafa'a. We can say rafa'a Allahu man sha'a ila ma sha'a. Allah raised whoever he wished to wherever he wished. خلق الله السماوات والأرض. We have adat تتاجر إلى بيته. الجد, we can say جاء الجد لزيارة حفيده. Then next we have mimma. We can say mimma khuliqta. Bima, we can say bima qatalta al-hayyata. Lima kharajta min al-fasli. And amma bahathta. MashaAllah. Here we have a kalimatu jarida, the new vocabulary. The first one is qa'imatun, which means list. Qawaimu, lists. Ma'ana, meaning. Tinun, narun, we have ilaqatun, alaqat, connections. Lahdhatun, a moment. Jarasun, bell. Ajarasun, bells. Iddatun, times. Hadara, he came. Khalaqa, he created. Rafa, he raised. Ahsanta, you did well. Ranna, it rang. MashaAllah, with this we come to the end of this lesson. We ask Allah to bless all of us and continue to make this to be sort of jariyah for us. Until we meet again, Assalamu alaikum.